Hello everyone, it's your boy the Rain Hide, and I just want to say from the beginning of this video that I am not reacting to this video for clout or anything like that. I'm reacting to this video because I think that this is an important topic that especially black YouTubers like me should address. And Corey came out with a video today saying YouTube, racism, and favoritism. Now, I can already guess where this is going to go, but hopefully this reaction will be seen by my own subscribers who may not know who Corey is. I mean, that's probably highly unlikely, but if you don't know who Corey is, please watch this video because I feel like it's really important and it will probably discuss topics that we can all relate to. So I'll let Corey do his talking and I'll give my opinions.
I'm going to try my best to articulate this video as thoroughly, as plainly, as eloquently as possible. I don't want there to be any lost context. I don't want to just look like I'm coming out of nowhere, having a temper tantrum because these things are happening. The allegations I am levying towards YouTube are extremely serious, and I'm taking this video extremely seriously.
And I hope that anyone watching this video also takes this very seriously because just as a trigger warning, he's probably going to go over some topics that are more sensitive. So please be prepared for that if you're watching this video.
YouTube, you guys either play favorites,
you
are racist, or it's a mix of the two. These are the three options, YouTube. Which one is it? Here's my proof. I've been doing YouTube a long time, okay? I never want to be that guy, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, these issues are happening because I'm black. There have been certain situations that I looked at kind of funny. I said, it could be because of that, but nah, I ain't gonna, I'm not trying to press that. I don't want to build that.
I've been in many situations like that too.
Channel.
I try to be
this time
fair and unbiased.
I can no longer let it slide. This is the situation. August 18th, I uploaded The Mortuary Assistant. A lot of you would know it got age restricted because the following video I
got
did,
age restricted?
I let you guys know it got age restricted.
Why?
YouTube didn't tell me why. I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing The Mortuary Assistant, and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked for like an hour, 2 hours. I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted. So I appealed the restriction.
I wonder why.
Hey guys, I'm not sure.
I wonder why.
Age restricted. Could you look into this? Appeal rejected. They doubled down. The policy team said, no, Corey, your video is restricted for good reason. We're not going to tell you why.
I actually find that really surprising because YouTubers like Corey, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but YouTubers like Corey who have like over like 5 million, 10 million, 15 million subscribers, they usually have pretty good relationships with YouTube, and historically they've been able to get away with a lot more things because of, you know, their connection to YouTube and how much money they make with YouTube. So I find that very interesting that a creator like Corey would be, his appeal wouldn't be accepted, is what I'm saying.
Right, but it's restricted. That's our final decision. I said, okay. I get with my YouTube rep. I sent him an email. Hey, could you look at this? This is some weird stuff going on. Only my video got age restricted. My YouTube rep, who isn't on the policy team, he looked at my video and he said, hey, it could possibly be this part at the end where the woman was battling some depression. And I'm just going to leave it there, lest this video also get age restricted because I'm talking about it. So I looked at that part.
What?
The first thing I did was try to find other YouTubers who had that part, or at least a part similar. Now, Markiplier, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I just want you to know I have a lot of respect for you, and I didn't mean to drag you into the middle of this. Your channel just happens to be a great reference point because A, you're a really big YouTuber, and B, you're not black. So I can look at your channel, and then I can look at my channel or look at anyone else's channel and make sure that the things in the games you play, that they're enforcing the rules equally to everybody. So I go to Markiplier's Mortuary Assistant Part 3, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted. So I send the video to my YouTube rep. I say, hey, Markiplier has this situation.
Very interesting.
but his
Very
isn't age
interesting.
restricted. Could you send that to the policy team and see what they say about that? He said, wow, Corey, that's some astute detective work. Let me send this to them and see what they say. What do you think happened after that? I'll give you a second.
I mean, I think we know what happened
back,
after that.
And they removed my age restriction. They took it off. After they already rejected my appeal. I sent them the clip of Markiplier's video that has the same thing, and they removed it. Now my YouTube.
And you know that again, I don't mean to cut off Corey because I know this is serious, but I've noticed that with YouTube as well, because I remember back in the day there was a situation with Markiplier with Moist Critical, and it was essentially a situation where I think Moist Critical or Moist Critical's video had gotten taken down for some reason, and Mark's video had the same thing in it, and Mark's video ended up getting, or maybe not taken down, it was like restricted, and Mark's video got restricted too or removed. I don't remember which one, because Mark also pointed out to YouTube that, like, hey, his video got restricted for the same thing. How come mine hasn't been taken down? And then they did do it.
He was excited. He was, oh, great. This is awesome. Look, Corey, they took the age restriction off. I said, why? I expected them to triple down and give Markiplier an age restriction too. But they looked at Mark's video.
Exactly.
And they used that to verify my innocence.
Right.
So I send my YouTube rep a lengthy email detailing my feelings about the entire situation, feeling like there was some favoritism at play. There was either that or some racism at play, and that I would like to sit down with the policy team and figure out why my video was flagged in the first place.
Right.
Actually, number one,
because they reviewed things video.
Or was it a human?
Yeah.
Age restricted.
That's what I was thinking about too. Was it automated or human?
Who was the human reviewer? Because it's a human reviewer once you submit an appeal.
Right.
Who was the
exactly.
human reviewer that doubled down and rejected my appeal? Number three, why did it take Markiplier's clip in order for them to reverse the decision? My YouTube rep gets back with me. He wants to hop on a call. We get on the phone for about 10-15 minutes, and I tell him, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like every single time that I come back to YouTube, I'm #1 trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue. They nitpick and they try and find something that they can incriminate me for and try to push me.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know it was like that.
Me down. You don't believe me? What happened the last time I came back and I was #1 trending for like a week? They copyright struck me for a video that was in 2019 or something like that. Why don't these issues ever crop up when I'm not uploading? I mean, I'm not on YouTube like 9 months out of the year. Nothing ever happens until I come back and I start uploading again, and I'm getting my numbers. They're climbing. They're exploding. I'm #1 trending. And then they're like, hey, we need to stop him. We need to.
They're like, look, guys, black man being successful. We got to stop him. Oh, my God, man.
This black man, he's getting too many views. He's getting too much exposure, too much activity. Hold that thought. Let's get back to the current situation. So my YouTube rep assures me he's going to continue this dialogue with the policy team and try to get some answers to those 3 questions.
Yeah, but how much dialogue is it really going to be, though? Because you know how they be.
You know, they re-age restricted the video. They re-age restricted the video.
What?
I say, no way did they do that. I go to Markiplier's video now.
Let me guess.
And now his video is age restricted.
See? Every time you call out YouTube, they always panic, and then they, like, try to either make shit equal, and if you're not happy with that, then they'll drag another person down. Like, that's what YouTube does. And there's a problem with one video, and then there's another video that's okay. All of us are looking like, why is my video restricted? Why is his video okay? Like, you know, like, yes, I'm a smaller creator or even bigger creators. I understand that no one gives a shit about us, but I'm just saying that I've been in that situation too, where I'm like I'm not saying it's racism or favoritism. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that there seems to be fallacies within the system where people can sort of sneak by these apparent age restriction qualifications
they got caught with their pants down.
Yep.
They got called out, and then they had to go back and say, oh, whoa. Okay, we see the narrative that he's kind of pushing here. We need to take some steps back. We need to just age restrict them both and be done with it. You thought that I wasn't going to, like, talk about this, make a video about it? You realize how bad this looks for you, YouTube. You realize how unfair this comes across. I, in all my years, have never seen a video get age restricted, de-age restricted, and then age restricted again. Have any of you ever seen that happen?
I've never seen that happen.
They saw that
I've never seen that happen. Even with the big YouTubers, I've never seen that.
So then they try to appease me by
exactly
in the video. I say, wait, why are you doing that? Because I sent Markiplier's clip. And then they say, oh, okay, well, let's just age restrict them both. Why is my channel so much more heavily scrutinized than my peers? My peers, and when I say peers, I mean people around my level, around my view count, just to keep it simple. Why is my channel so much more thoroughly scrutinized? Especially so when I've been #1 trending multiple days in a row, which I've done multiple times. And every single time I start to get an uptick in traction, an uptick in activity, here comes YouTube coming through. Hey, let's get him for that video from 2019. Yeah, you see that,
let's get him.
This is bad. It wasn't bad the 9 months that I was off the platform. It was only bad when I got back and I was #1 trending. This situation was only bad because I've been #1 trending since I got back.
And another thing I want to say about that too was that other YouTubers have talked about that as well, where they'll get age restricted for videos that were like I'm not talking about like 10 years ago, but you know, videos that were maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, where YouTube has already had these policies in place for, you know, what constitutes as ad friendly, not ad friendly, limited ads, demonetized, copyrighted, whatever.
Every other YouTuber has uploaded the Mortuary Assistant. And now they're about to start putting in some age restrictions because I called them out on some unfair behavior. Now I realize that when you call someone a racist, that's a very, very serious accusation. And for that matter, how do you expressly prove that someone is a racist? I mean, unless they're spamming the N-word in the chat. How do you really know? And admittedly, I cannot 100% prove that
you know,
race
that is true.
Had everything to do with this. But I can tell you the people on that policy team, those shadow people that are anonymous and get to enact their will however they see fit. How can we be sure that they take a black person's video and a white person's video, and it can be the same exact video, and they restrict the black person's video, but not the white person's video? I feel I've been mistreated for a long time.
Because a thing that I want to say about that too is that, like, I can understand that obviously Mark's video and Thing's video, coryxkenshin's video, are not going to be like literally 100% similar. Like, you know, they're going to have different edits, different commentary, things of that nature. But when the majority of the video's content is the same, and somebody who is of a different race, not saying that they're racist, again, not saying that, but when somebody is of a different race and they seem to be following guidelines, they seem to be doing everything that YouTube wants to do, they're not including anything that's out of the guidelines or too far, and suddenly their video is age restricted, but the other guy who is of, you know, substantial popularity, they're of similar popularity, suddenly his video is fine. It's like these shadow people he's talking about. How can we verify that there is not some kind of prejudice or racism or discrimination going on? Because the only difference I see between Mark and Corey from a content perspective is that one of them has black experiences and one of them has white experiences. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But he is a black man. Mark is a white man. That is the only fundamental difference. No one is higher or lower than the other. So what is the criteria for Corey's video getting demonetized? That's like, that is a good question for him to be asking, and I think for a lot of black creators to be asking.
I mean, even when we hit 10 million subscribers and I was supposed to get my diamond play button and there was no correspondence, these situations always
That's also weird too,
with an uptick of growth, and it always just comes off like we can't let this black guy get too high up. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm telling you, that's how it comes off.
Right.
I don't see any other YouTuber that gets #1 trending many times, and then all of a sudden they're getting age restricted and they're getting copyright strikes and all of that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Point them out. I want to see them.
Right. And that just reminds me of, I know y'all remember when Logan Paul had a dead body hanging from a tree on YouTube's trending page for a whole day. Like, I don't want to call nobody out, but I can guarantee you on the internet, not just YouTube, but the internet, if that had been a black person who did that, would that video have been up there for as long as it was? That's a question for y'all.
I'll retract this entire video. I'll make a public apology to YouTube. I have no problem. My dad taught me, if you make a mistake, be a man and address it and apologize. I will do that, no problem. But to me, you know what it comes off? It comes off whenever Coryxkenshin starts doing some crazy numbers or getting on trending too much. We got to find something. We got to get him for something. He's got to have done something. I mean,
he's got to have something in there.
Words in video games, like I literally
see. That's what I see. Oh, I hit my mic. You see, that's what I was talking about with the whole Mark thing. Is that they're literally, Mark and Corey are literally trying. They have people, or Mark has people, because I know Corey edits by himself, but they are editing their videos to make sure that they meet guidelines, and yet still there are creators who are being age restricted or demonetized or having their videos just straight up blocked.
This is the YouTuber that you want to have smoke with and have problems with. I believe there is some
I'm not messing with the samurai
within the policy team, and YouTube in general really doesn't care about black people like that. They got their favorite creators. You know, log out of YouTube, log out and go to YouTube. You'll see the people on the front page every single day.
And they be messing with that trending tab too.
You'll see the favorites. Count how many are black. Count how many are of people of color. So then what does YouTube try and do? They try and peddle YouTube black. They try and give us a spotlight. And do you know how condescending and patronizing that is? Oh, yeah, let's give a spotlight to these black creators because we're all about diversity. All this communicates is black people aren't good enough on their own skill, on their own merits, on their own talent. So we got to give them a spotlight. We got to come down and raise them up so they can get some spot.
Wait, what does it say? Instead of putting us on the home page and boosting our videos organically, this is what we get, and we're supposed to be thankful or happy about it. Nah, that's another thing that we have to talk about too. It's kind of like the same thing with like it's kind of like the same thing how like some people feel about Black History Month, where they're kind of like, people celebrate this one time and then it's kind of like once it's over, that celebration sort of stops. Or like they give us like a section where it's just like, oh, this is our little thing, and then everything else is just like, oh, it's just the normal website, you know? It's like, if you care about black creators and you want to boost them, diversify the front page. If I'm a new YouTube viewer and I come on during Black History Month, why am I not seeing these boosted? Why am I not seeing the black creators you're advertising or saying that should be, you know, given their credit? Why are they not hitting the home page like all the other creators? Why are we not all over that shit? You know, I'm not saying that other creators can't be on it. I'm not saying that, oh, we got to segregate stuff or, you know, oh, like we got to put us over other people. But what I'm saying is that why are we not on the homepage? Like what Corey is saying. Why is that not a thing? Why is it this little section that, you know, people got to go like actively look to find?
Spotlight action. Well, how about you save all that YouTube black, all that fake patronage, all that fake
that corporate bullshit
that you guys do. And when you have a black creator coming to you repeatedly saying, why am I being treated differently than other creators? And then you come back and, oh, we got to age restricted. And then, oh, no, we got to, he's on to us. Okay, we got to age restrict them both. Fake! It's fake. That's what it is.
It's fake, yep.
Deeply sorry that this came off as a rant. You know, in the beginning, I wanted to keep my emotions.
Nah, man, talk your shit.
I wanted to stay.
Fuck the system.
Logical, stay.
Look. Understand this. Corporate America, corporate YouTube, the corporate internet, or any type of business on the internet, they are not worth your sympathy. They are not worth your sympathy. If you feel like you have to get on camera to cuss these people out, cuss them out. Cuss their ass out. That's all I gotta say. Cuss their ass out.
I gave you the facts.
You don't gotta be rude, but be real.
Into me venting the emotions that I've had built up around YouTube. Ironic that I have to upload this on YouTube, but where else am I gonna upload it?
Right.
You know, I worked hard.
What, TikTok? Like we not gonna do that.
The ground is taking me over a decade to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have just hoped that the playing field was fair and that, hey, if I did something bad,
the playing field is never fair. That's what I learned.
That thing should get punished too. Is that unreasonable? I have no problem being punished. I have no problem if I break a rule that I get punished for it and
exactly.
But when you start when it's targeted, when you're doing things only because I'm like getting bigger, or I don't know how it always seems to coincide with that situation. But that's just what it is. Now, if my YouTube channel gets shadow banned, or they they start not sending my videos,
I would love to see them try to shadow ban Corey. Or, we know that's going to go down so bad. So bad.
We know why. We know why. I mean, those shadows behind the scenes, they control it all. They control all of it. If they don't want my channel, they could terminate it right now. They could hide my videos. They could shadow ban me, not send my videos out to anybody. That's why I thought long and hard before I recorded this. But as one of the biggest black creators on the platform, I want you to hear it from my mouth that there is some shady business going on behind the scenes at YouTube.
I know this is a little bit more of a serious video than what we currently do here, but I felt like it would be good to give my comments on this because I know I'm a small black creator. I know a lot of people don't care about me. I know a lot of people don't know me, and I know there will be a lot of people who will never hear about me. But I think that it's important for black creators to also see this content that Corey just put out, because we have to understand that YouTube, not just for black people, but for every person on the planet, white or black, Asian, Hispanic, Native, Pacific Islander, whatever you may be, wherever you come from, there are always people behind the scenes that will pull the strings and will make the playing field unfair because of their own preferences, their racism, their prejudice, or their financial gain. And that is something that, especially if you're a young person who's younger than me, because I know there's a lot of kids that want to be YouTubers. These are the kind of things you have to understand when it comes to YouTube, is that, or the internet, is that there are going to be people who are doing shady shit behind the scenes. And if you can't understand that, then brother, you going into the wrong field. And that's just honest. That's just real. But link to the original video will be down in the description. Make sure you go subscribe to Corey. I'm sure you guys have already seen the comments. There goes Jacksepticeye. That's a real true YouTuber right there. Like and subscribe If you want, I don't really care right now because low-key I'm a little bit pissed off. Have a nice day and take care, everybody.